how often do you question the reliability of historical sources? It's a question that often gets overlooked. Historical sources like the works of Josephus Flavius play a crucial role in shaping our understanding of the past. However, it's paramount that we approach these sources with a critical eye, recognizing the potential for bias and the influence of the author's perspective. Josephus Flavius, a renowned first-century historian, provides us with a wealth of detail about Jewish history and first-century events. Let's dive into the life of this fascinating individual and his contribution to our understanding of history. Born in the 1st century, Josephus Flavius was no ordinary man. This renowned figure came into the world in Jerusalem, a city rich with history and culture. Even from a young age, Josephus displayed an extraordinary intellect and a keen interest in Jewish law and history, which would shape his future path significantly. During his youth, he was drawn towards the philosophical sects of Judaism, exploring the teachings of the Pharisees, Sadducees, and the Essenes. However, it was his role as a historian that truly defined his legacy. Josephus took on the colossal task of documenting the Jewish history, culture, and first-century events, leading to the creation of his notable works, The Jewish War and Antiquities of the Jews. As a historian, Josephus had a front-row seat to one of the most significant events of the 1st century, the destruction of Jerusalem in AD 70. His detailed eyewitness account provides us with a vivid picture of the tragic event, making it an invaluable resource for understanding the historical context of the New Testament times. His status as a historian, combined with his unique perspective as a Jew, made him one of the most famous figures of his time. Josephus was not just a chronicler of history, but a participant in the events he wrote about, adding a layer of depth and authenticity to his accounts. But it is his written works that truly set him apart. Josephus's pen gave birth to the Jewish War and Antiquities of the Jews. These monumental works provide us with an invaluable glimpse into Jewish history and the events of the 1st century. As a historian and an eyewitness to the destruction of Jerusalem in AD 70, Josephus's accounts hold a unique position in the annals of history. The Jewish War is a gripping narrative of the Jewish revolt against Rome, from its inception to its tragic conclusion with the fall of Jerusalem. It provides an unparalleled eyewitness account of this tumultuous period. On the other hand, Antiquities of the Jews is a comprehensive history of the Jewish people from their earliest origins up to the outbreak of the Jewish War. It provides a wealth of information on the customs, culture, and beliefs of the Jews during this period. However, it is important to approach these works with a discerning eye. Josephus was a Jew, and his writings often reflect a bias towards Judaism. There are instances where the details may be exaggerated or even invented. For example, his description of the size of the Jewish army during the revolt against Rome is considered by many historians to be wildly inflated. Furthermore, while Josephus provides us with a wealth of information, his works are not infallible. They should be used as a supplement to, not a replacement for, other historical sources. His accounts should be cross-referenced with other contemporary accounts and archaeological evidence to ensure accuracy. These works, while valuable, should not be relied upon too heavily. So, why does Josephus matter today? You may ask. Josephus Flavius, the 1st century historian, has significantly shaped our understanding of New Testament times. His first-hand accounts and detailed descriptions allow us to peer into a world that was pivotal in shaping our modern religious landscape. However, while Josephus provides an invaluable window into the past, it's crucial to remember the lens through which we are viewing this history. A lens colored with Josephus's own bias towards Judaism. His works, though detailed, are not infallible and require careful interpretation. The exaggerations or invented details he sometimes included must be sorted from the true historical facts. The influence of Josephus, therefore, is a double-edged sword. On one hand, he provides a rich tapestry of first-century events, illuminating the context in which the New Testament was formed. On the other, his biases can skew our understanding if not properly acknowledged and accounted for. In essence, the study of Josephus's works is not just a study of history, but also a lesson in critical thinking. His writings challenge us to separate fact from fiction, to question and to analyze. Josephus's influence is undeniably significant, but it's our responsibility to critically analyze his works. It's been quite a journey through the life and works of Josephus Flavius. We've delved into his unique perspective as a first-century historian, his eyewitness account of the destruction of Jerusalem, and his influential works. Yet we've also learned to approach his writings with a discerning eye, conscious of his bias towards Judaism and his tendency for exaggeration. In the quest for truth, it's essential to critically analyze historical sources, like the works of Josephus, rather than accept them at face value. Remember, history is not just about the facts, but also about the interpretation of those facts. While historical sources like Josephus provide valuable insights into the past, there's one book that stands out as infallible: the Bible. As the Word of God, the Bible is unique in its historical accuracy and reliability. It's been scrutinized and studied for centuries, yet its truth remains unchallenged. It provides a spiritual and moral compass that transcends human interpretation. But it's also important to study the Bible alongside other historical sources. This helps us to understand the cultural, political, and societal context of biblical events. So, while we appreciate the contributions of historians like Josephus, let's not forget the ultimate source of truth, the Bible.